Hi, friends. Hi, friends. This is Sally on Camp Creek. Welcome to my living room. Isn't this the cutest thing you ever did see? See, it's got big chickens, and then this is the pillowcase. It's got little chickens. My neighbor, my friend gave me that for my birthday, which isn't for like 3 months. But I should put it in the closet and not use it till my birthday. That's what my mom would say. But it's so cute. How could I bear it? Looky there. Look at them chickens. Well, you can't see them. Now you can see them. Let me show you. She said she got it on the computer somewhere online. Isn't that cute? We have a group that jokingly, there's a joke amongst me and many of my friends about being the old chicken lovers club because, I don't know, it's a long story. But that's why she gave it to me, because there's a bunch of old chickens. Anyway, I have been busy. I have been so busy doing absolutely nothing. I've been busy doing nothing, which is sad to say. Mostly I have been eating and gaining weight. That's what I've done this fall. Anything good? No, nothing good. Just, peanut butter and jelly, and I don't even like peanut butter. Homemade bread, okay, I do like that. But I just got to thinking all I've been doing is just percolating. That's what I've been doing. Sitting and percolating. But that's okay, because there's a season for that, right? And this is the season. And as it's hot, super hot right now, see how red my face is? In October, when it should be cool, maybe my body's trying to pack on some extra energy because the winter's going to last 9 months or something lovely like that. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I haven't been doing a lot. But I have not cast on my new sock yarn that I got when I went to a couple hours away. I showed it to you last time. It's very pretty. It's called Hot Tamales, and it looks just like them, just the colors. It's silk and merino. I don't know how it will do for socks, but I am going to make myself a pair of socks out of it. Just because I think it looks like it should be. I thought about getting some nylon and rolling a piece of nylon with it like people do, but then I thought, I'm not going to do that. I haven't cast them on. I want to finish my pink Knit Pick socks, and I have done a few rows. And as you can see, if you're interested, I got that gap closed up. And the way I finally, this one's not quite as neat, but the way I finally did it was I took the whole cotton picking thing out, clear back to the heel flap, and I just started over. And I hadn't worked on them in a while. And what I did was, when you go around and you do your gusset decrease, I always have a heck of a time remembering knit two together, slip, slip, knit. But the way I remember it is I think of an engagement. When me and my husband got married, we didn't know each other very long, and we sort of eloped. Not exactly, but sort of. We didn't have a church wedding. We took some people to the park and got married. So we kind of eloped. Some people didn't know about it, but some people did. So that's what we did. And so we didn't know each other very well. So I think of the decrease that is immediately after the stitch marker as an elopement. You didn't know each other very long, but no, that's not right. See, I get it mixed up. Okay. The decrease, yes, that is right. The decrease immediately after the stitch marker, knit two together. No, slip, slip, knit. See, they didn't know each other very long, but they slipped off and got married. That's how I remember it. And then after the long engagement, you come back and you knit two together, and then they got married. I don't know. So the first one is the way I did it, and the second one is the way my kids did it. They had long engagement and then got married. I don't know. I have to think of things. So that I can remember steps right. So You know, when you do that slip, slip, knit decrease, you get that funky, wonky kind of thing. And then there's better ways to do that so that it lays, so that that stitch lays more like a braid, more like a braid. And the way I was taught to do it was you take the first stitch off knitwise and the second stitch off purlwise, and then put them back and knit them together. So that would be slip, knit, slip, purl, knit two together. The way I remember it is I try to remember knit, purl. When I do ribbing, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. That's kind of how I remember it. But then sometimes I forget how they're supposed to stand. So when I take those stitches off, I remember Charlie's Angels, the original one, where they had the I never saw the other one, where they have the commercial and the two women are standing like this, back to back, and then the one stands in front. So when you knit, purl, knit two together, it's kind of like those Charlie's Angels standing back to back, and then you get the one that looks perfect in the front. So if you take them both off and they don't stand back to back, then they look all stupid and wonky, and they don't look like the opening credits or whatever you call it for the old Charlie's Angel. That's how I remember it. I know. And I heard somebody on YouTube somewhere talking about different ways to teach people to knit, and they said, stab it in the throat, or no, stab it in the belly, wrap it around their neck, pull this noose up tight, and throw them off the bridge. I heard him say that. I thought, that's terrible, but it's kind of funny. And I thought, oh yeah, that's different. That's different. Anyway, I still like to go in through the front door, around the back, open the window and out pops Jack, or something like that. I don't remember. When I help the kids knit, we make up a new one every time. So anyway, that's what I got to say about that. Just being silly. But I forget, and then I have to remind myself. And so that's what I did. So I had to take all that back out because I had that one stitch that I had taken the stitch off purlwise. I took the stitch off slip. So I slipped them both knitwise, and it was laying funny. Then the others were laying like in a row of pretty stitches in a line. And that one was all wonky. And I tried to just take it out and tink back and fix it. And then I loosened my stitches up. And somehow in all that process, I ended up with a kind of a fiddly spot. And I did take it out and redid it a few stitches over. But that spot doesn't look real good. But I think I'm just going to have to leave it like that. I don't think it's ever going to look right. It's just where it may be where a split stitch got knitted and I missed it. If you look, you can see it right there. It's not too noticeable. These may be a gift. They may not be a gift, like, you know, a gift for specifically. I don't think they'll fit me, so they'll have to be given to somebody because I think they're too small for me. I did have someone in mind, but then I kind of decided maybe that was, sometimes you give people things and they just feel uncomfortable, you know. So, and I'm bad about that, just because I just think everybody wants a homemade gift. I'm not very bright. So I got to work on this one. These are a gift also, and I need to get them finished pretty soon. And also, a lot of times people will say they love handmade things, and then you find out that they really don't. Then they feel obligated to wear them because after all, you gave them to them. Looky here, there's 2 Sharpies. So I don't know. I have a few friends that I can give homemade things to. that are too polite to tell me they don't like them. Every once in a while, I will have given them something and it'll come up and they will have forgotten that I gave it to them. So I don't know that they really are just crazy, crazy over homemade things like I am when I get something homemade. So, okay, you remember I made all those granny squares for my granny square blanket. Well, they got something spilt on them. So I put them in this little mesh bag and I put them in the washer on gentle. And I washed them and then I thought, well, they're acrylic, so I put them in the dryer. They dried up great. For some unexplainable reason, I laid them aside, and which wasn't bright, grant you. I laid them aside and accidentally got them back in the wash, to which I washed them in hot with towels. Now they have ugly fuzzies all over them, and I do not know how to get them off. So the reason I had to wash them was because Howard, wherever he's at, laid on them and got them so dirty and muddy. He came in and laid on them. See, this black is Hobby Lobby, and it balled up. It's just frustrating, and it makes me not want to make it as a gift, because it's all fuzzed out. It's really irritating. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these together and I'm going to make Howard a blanket out of them because he really liked them and he's ruined them basically. And there's a whole bag of them. See that? I think it'd been fine if I hadn't did it the second time. I still have these and I'm still gonna make this, but I have about a third of what I had. Anyway, that's that. I have worked on my rose trellis a little bit, not much, a little bit. I've got to get some more done on it. It's fun to work on and it's pretty, but I'm just not in the mood. But what time it is, it's time to finish socks, A. And B, it's time to work on my sweater. I think everyone should have a project that they get out seasonally, right? And so I only work on this when I know winter is coming. This is my wool bulky sweater. This pattern is Tin Can Knits Harvest Sweater, I believe. I have made it before. I've actually made this particular sweater twice and frogged it out. One other time, I guess. It looks pretty good. I'm down to the body and the sleeves, and then it's easy peasy. But it's so hot to work on that I put it in this 5-gallon Atwoods bucket with a lid and the pattern and the needles in it, and I put it up throughout the summer because it just got too hot. Too hot. But I love this pattern, and I want to make this again out of something bright variegated stripes. Another problem with this is like boring, super boring to work on. But I've got all this yarn that I bought on sale years ago for $1.24. And I love this wool, and it is a wool blend, Hobby Lobby. And it's a blend for sure. These little skeins only have 20% wool and acrylic. I think if they were all wool, they wouldn't be as hot. It asks you for a size 8, and I think I'm using a 9 circular ChiaoGoo needles. But these little skeins are 99 grams. Isn't that hilarious? 99 grams. Not 100, but 99. 145 yards. So that's my praying that it cools off outside sweater project. It's going to be big, but let me tell you, I took it apart once because it was gigantic. It was so huge. There was no way it would fit anyone. It might have fit my son-in-law, who's big, tall guy, but I don't see him wearing a knitted sweater, cardigan. just no, don't see it. Anyway, so that's what I've been working on. My sock. I have worked on, I don't have it over here, my coat or my sock, memory sock shawl a little bit, but that's a long-term project too. Um, and I've got that on a size 4, I think, ChiaoGoo needles. And I just pull it out and work on it occasionally. Um, I have one scarf needs to be finished, and I cannot tell you why I'm not motivated to work on it. I just don't care. I just don't want to. It's an easy pattern, but it does require a little thinking because you do something different every row for 4 rows, and then you move on. And right now, my brain is just all over the place. It's that time of year. So it's better if I just don't stress about it and don't worry about it and don't work on it because I'm almost done and I'm going to mess it up. And it's not one of those that's easily frogged. It's just not easily frogged. So, anyway, I haven't worked on it. But I want to cast on my new socks. I'm not letting myself until I get some stuff caught up. So I hung my sock yarn in the hallway on the coat hook in there. So every time I walk by, I'll see it, and maybe I will go get it and get it made up. But anyway, it's hot, and it shouldn't be. And Halloween is coming. But I have seen the day when it was warm all the way up until Halloween. And on Halloween, we had one of the worst ice storms we'd ever had. And it was like people couldn't go out. You couldn't step out of your house because you'd fall down. And all the trees broke. It was just terrible. So you just never know. And then in February, it was still freezing and ice. And we get our worst part of winter sometimes in February. But I would like for it to gradually get cold because then I think the cows take the winter better. They're not so shocked and don't have to just like adjust immediately. And that's probably all ridiculous. That's just in my mind, but anyway, so I did get my light bulb on my car fixed so I don't have to, was my brake light. So I don't have to worry about stepping on the brakes. You just slow way down so you don't have to. So you won't get in trouble for not having a brake light. Finally got that fixed, so that's a good deal. And I'm just kind of waiting to get other things around here done that I need to get done. I would like to set up my sewing machine so I could do some sewing this winter. But I haven't really decided where to do that. If I had a plug-in in my hallway, I'd do it in my hallway. But I don't. So I just take it out, put it on the table, and that works out pretty good. But I can't leave it out there, and I would like to be able to leave it out. Oh, I had the most fun. I took my granddaughters. Oh, I got a sticker in my hand. Yes, I do. I took my granddaughters to get their hair done. They'd never been to the beauty shop before. I always just cut their hair, or my daughter. But I thought, okay, they're old enough. They need to learn what it is to go to the beauty shop. So they went to the beauty shop, the 10-year-old, the 7-year-old, and the 4-year-old. And she was so good. She did such a good job with them. She was so patient. It was worth every penny. They absolutely, I could not have done anything that they would have enjoyed more. They just had so much fun. They didn't squall when she combed their hair, nothing. And they got, one of them got her hair pretty short, quite a bit cut off, and the others just got real good trims. Anyway, so while I was there, I said, I need an appointment. So she made me one. And if I don't back out, I'm gonna go get this mop cut off, people. It's gonna be hopefully less moppy. I don't know. I don't really care what it looks like, but sometimes I do catch myself in a plate glass window and it just startles me. So anyway, I'm gonna do that. And just because they had so much fun, I think I need to go have that much fun too. I'm gonna do it. I am. Anyhow, I don't have any new yarn. I don't have any Any finished projects? Any finished objects? I don't have any more yarny stuff around here. I need to get some stuff done so I can show off some finished objects, but other than ruining my granny squares. Anyway, that's all I have to show. So I will let you go and I will catch you next time. And in the meantime, pray for all those poor people who are suffering from that hurricane. It's just terrible. Let's just pray for them and pray for all the conflicts going around in the world and pray for the peace of Jerusalem, because we're supposed to. And we're supposed to pray for our brothers and sisters all over and everyone who is oppressed and suffering. I just pray peace, that people would sleep in peace. And I just thank the Lord that He's just made a way. He just makes a way. He makes a way for us. And I'm so thankful for that. And I will catch you next time when I have some yarn, when I get something finished. Maybe I'll have a pair of socks done. Don't hold your breath. Bye.